Hey guys, it's me, Sam Lant.
And I'm Mandalynn Carlson.
And we're here today at the Gibbon Conservation Center. So let's start with, what is a gibbon?
Okay, gibbon is a small arboreal ape. Arboreal meaning they live in treetops. Actually, all apes don't have tails. That's one of the biggest distinctions between apes or biggest physical distinctions between apes and monkeys. But gibbons are their own kind of class. So where orangutans, gorillas, and chimps are great apes, gibbons are known as small apes.
Ooh, so what's the difference between a great ape and a small ape?
Well, there's a couple of differences, including kind of the brain to body ratio, and they're just farther genetically. They're just a. I don't know. Do you want to add to that?
Well, gibbons, they are smaller, and they used to call them the lesser apes, and scientists didn't pay as much attention to gibbons, so that's why one reason we are here, to trying to promote gibbons and educate people about gibbons, about the small apes.
Lesser apes isn't politically correct, so.
Don't call them lesser apes. They're smaller apes.
Lesser.
Not lesser.
Yeah, how long have you worked here or with gibbons in general?
I've been here for about 5 years.
I've been working here for 8 years.
And Gabi studied gibbons also in...
I worked with gibbons in Hungary too, so altogether about 10 years.
Nice. How did you get started in work with gibbons?
I came here and asked for a job. That's my story. But I'm interested, or what I was studying in undergrad was kind of social cognition, and gibbons are very interesting because they're very close to us. So a lot of their behaviors are very similar to us, so they're very interesting in that sense.
And I also studied gibbon cognition in Hungary, and I came here to continue working with gibbons and learn more about gibbons and help take care of them.
So what is one of the main reasons that gibbons are needing our protection?
Well, first, let's say that there are 17 different species of gibbon, and they're all on the endangered species list. The most endangered gibbon is the Hainan gibbon, and there's about 23 individuals left in the wild, which means that they're not only the most endangered primate, but they're the most endangered mammal. So they're very, very, very endangered. One of the main reasons that they're so endangered is due to deforestation and habitat loss. There's some things that we can do here in the U.S. to help that. A lot of the reasons that they're cutting down the rainforests in Southeast Asia, which is where gibbons are from, is for either logging or agriculture or for mining. And agriculture is a big issue right now, especially in Indonesia with palm oil. And palm oil is in almost everything we own, or we use, sorry. And so it's in cleaning products, it's in Girl Scout cookies, it's in shampoos, it's in almost any or every low-fat milk product has palm oil in it. So it's a very widely used product, but it's a very destructive product. So right now in Indonesia, especially, they're clearing massive amounts of rainforest for palm oil plantations, and the U.S. is one of the biggest consumers of palm oil. We just joined, this event that we're having is palm oil free, and we're encouraging people to not use products with palm oil and to kind of put pressure on these companies to not use palm oil or to use properly sourced palm oil. Right now, we just joined the Rainforest Action Network's campaign against palm oil. That's more geared towards orangutans, but orangutans and gibbons share the same environment, and so they share the same threats. What they're doing is they're releasing the 20 largest companies that use palm oil and they're want to put pressure on them to change that. One other thing we can do is put a tax on palm oil. It's a very cheap product right now. Or we can encourage labeling laws so people actually know, because right now palm oil is under 1 million different names. You're not always going to see palm oil. Do you want to add anything?
No.
Don't.
How many gibbons do you have here?
We have now 41 gibbons.
We just had a new one born a couple of days ago.
Aw,
6 days.
nice.
6 days.
I have a question. When they're born, how much do they weigh?
It's less than a pound.
Oh, so they're small.
Yes, yeah. Around 400, 500 grams.
From the moment they're born, they have these really long hands and feet, like fingers and toes, and they just hold on to their mom from the moment they're born. Because gibbons they're usually up in the air, swinging around, and so they're born up in the air, and they need to hold on.
How is that the maximum amount of gibbons you can hold here, or can you still have more gibbons?
We can have a couple more gibbons. Our enclosures are full, but gibbons, they live in family units, so they'll live with a mother and father and offspring up until around somewhere between 6 and 9. So we can have, say, another baby born to a family.
Nice.
We're expecting 2 more babies, probably this year or early next year.
Is there what's the largest behavioral distinction from gibbons and regular apes?
Well, their social structure is very unique. So living in family units, they're known as being serially monogamous. So they live in pairs. They're like us. They're one mate at a time with the occasional stray. And one thing that's very unique is the amount of paternal care. So the amount the dads are involved in the babies, because they're family units. They're a lot more involved. Do you have any other?
Yeah, the gibbons are known for their song, and every species of gibbons has their own song, and most species will sing a duet, so the male and the female will sing together a coordinated song. And that's to serve their function of that song to mark their territory, to tell their neighbors that's the place that they live.
What do you need people's help with at this specific spot?
Well, right now we're completely 100% run on donations, and it's a pretty expensive operation. We give the gibbons fresh produce, so we spend about $600 a week on produce, even more in the winter. We could always use help as far as if there's special services that people can provide. We always need tools and materials. People can come volunteer.
And funding. More funding.
Yeah. Most importantly, we need funding.
Could you do your best gibbon impression?
I can do a hulak. So the hulaks are they're little kids call them the burping gibbons. Kind of sounds like a.
When are you open to the public?
Oh, we're open every Saturday and Sunday from 9:30 to noon.
So we have $5 for kids, and under 5 is free, and $5 for seniors, and $10 for adults and students. And then we also open for scheduled tours for school groups, senior groups.
Just anybody who wants to have a private tour. So you can go and learn more about us at www.gibbonscenter.org or on our Facebook page.
We're going to go look at some apes, check out all the gibbons. It's been a great interview. It was great to meet you, and we hope we can help out in any way we can.
I am now more educated on gibbons and palm oil, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are now going to listen to Pooji sing to us.